It's MLB trade deadline. We are down to the final hour. I am so excited. We are going to break it all down. If anything does break while we are on the air, please let me know because I'm going to try to be focused on the show, producing the show, and watching MLB Network and getting the tweets on my phone. So hopefully we will make sure to get everything covered that we need to. We'll also talk about how that impacts the futures market, which teams still look like they have value in the futures market in Major League Baseball. How did the Yankees do? Well, I'm going to let you know in an hour because there are rumors still swirling about who wants what. There are still some pitchers, starting pitchers out there. I feel like most of the bats are done. I'm also really confused about the Padres. We'll get to all of it. I've got best bets for tonight as well in the WNBA and in Major League Baseball. 2 games on the slate in MLB, 1 game in WNBA. Stock winners, losers, and rumors. We're not done yet. Futures market value plus props for tonight. Tune in now. Okay, the tweet is out. No guest today. I'm going solo. Heard the rumor about Skeens? That ain't happening. That rumor was all just about the Yankees trading their top prospect for Skeens, which isn't going to go down. But I'm hearing more about, here are the rumors. Dylan Cease to the Astros is being rumored, and Sandy Alcantara to the Yankees. I had a typo. That's embarrassing. Sandy Alcantara to the Yankees also being rumored. The Yankees need a right-handed starter. I'm really glad that the Yankees did what they did in getting another closer. So they're on some of my biggest trades list. I've got another list coming. David Bednar to the Yankees was huge because the Yankees, if they can't get another starter, are just going to follow suit of what has gone on in baseball in the last few years, which is have your starting pitchers go 5 innings and then go to a strong bullpen. It was what helped the Astros win a World Series. The Rays have been successful at it relative to obviously not winning anything, but I guess in the regular season. But what about Carlos Correa going back to Houston? I'm sitting there playing with Marley. I had VSiN from 12 to 2, so it's pouring out rain here in New York, and I had to keep her occupied. But I have MLB Network on. I knew that the rumors were swirling. I knew there was a chance that Carlos Correa was going back to Houston. Then Mark Feinsand went on MLB Network and said, we're getting closer to the end here, and Correa would have to play third base. I just don't know if that's going to happen. Turns out Correa had a talk with the Astros, and he's willing to play third base. So Correa's going to go to Houston and play third because they already have a shortstop. It's crazy. It just feels right. I know that Jared Carabas, the Red Sox mega fan over at Underdog Fantasy now, he said it just felt right. I agree. It just felt right for Carlos Correa to go back to Houston. Now, can the Astros get Dylan Cease? That is the question. If the Astros get Dylan Cease, I really like Houston. And right now, the Astros are sitting at 10 to 1, which moved. It was like 11 or 12 to 1 earlier in the day. And now we've got a 10 to 1 on Houston, which I think if they get Dylan Cease, you're going to see Houston drop down to being tied probably with the Phillies or the Yankees at plus 850 or 9 to 1. The biggest movement, now the Mets, they go and get Cedric Mullins, and the Mets now go from 9 to 1 to 8 to 1. They now pass the Phillies. The Phillies are 850, Mets 8 to 1. Cedric Mullins is a huge upgrade to that Mets outfield. My question about the Mets, and I know they also got Brian Helsley to go fill the bullpen, which he's a closer, not even going to end up closing because it's still Edwin Diaz who's the Mets closer. Similar to what the Yankees did. Like Luke Weaver could close, Devin Williams can't close, but he's a closer. And now you get David Bednar. The Mets are following the same thing. The Phillies end up getting Juan Duran, so that's great too. The Dodgers they got an outfielder, Alex Call. Okay, whatever. So I keep going back and forth here, and then Mason Miller and JP Sears go to the Padres. So the Padres get a great closer. I don't really care so much about JP Sears, but here's why I'm confused. What the hell are the Padres doing? If you're getting rid of Dylan Cease, you don't have pitching. So great, you get Carlos Correa back, and I love it. But looking at the Astros pitching outside of Framber Valdez, you have Hunter Brown, and everyone else is on the IL. like, if you're getting rid of Dylan Cease, who's your starting rotation? And the Padres, yes. And then the Padres go and get O'Hearn and Laureano, which is awesome. So your bats are great. But what won you a World Series? Pitching. You had like a flat 1 ERA, maybe a 2 ERA, which won you a World Series. Pitching and defenses win championships. And they're talking on MLB Network right now about Carlos Correa, 2017 World Series champion, AL Rookie of the Year, Gold Glove winner, first overall pick in 2012, finished 5th in voting in the MVP in 2021. All these things are great. But, like, the Padres, if you lose Dylan Cease, sorry, I'm going back and forth. So the Astros, they need Dylan Cease. The Astros need Dylan Cease from the Padres. So now one of two things is going to happen. If the Astros don't get Dylan Cease and they don't get another pitcher, I don't trust the Astros to have just Hunter Brown and Framber Valdez. The same thing goes for the Padres. So the Padres get some bats with O'Hearn and Laureano, and the Padres get Mason Miller and JP Sears. But who's in your starting rotation if you lose Dylan Cease? Yu Darvish, who's barely been able to start this year. He's been in and out. He's been hurt. And then you have Michael King on the IL, Nick Pivetta, JP Sears. Like, cool, you have a great bullpen. But every freaking year, the freaking Padres, AJ Preller, their GM is like, all hands on deck. We don't care about prospects. We'll just go and get the big names. It's awesome, except you literally don't have a starting rotation. I'm just so confused. So right now the Padres are sitting at 20-1 to win the World Series. In the National League, they're behind the Dodgers, the Mets, the Phillies, the Cubs, and the Brewers. And the Cubs, by the way, I didn't even add this to the list. The Cubs, like, you go and get a pitcher who, Mike Soroka, who, like, is a nothing anymore. So you've got Showtime Minaga, Matthew Boyd, Jameson Taillon's on the IL, Cade Horton, and Michael Soroka. Michael Soroka, like, the Cubs need to do more. If the Cubs really want to be good, they need to do more. If they want to be a World Series contender, because that rotation is certainly not it. Oh, Marley's on the move. Hi, Marley. I thought Marley was going to sleep this whole show. Okay, so back to the Yankees. And Sean Michael, what are you saying about the Yankees? You are saying you trust Rodon. No, I don't trust Rodon and Fried more than Valdez and Brown. I'm not talking about the Yankees being anything great. The Yankees need another pitcher. So here's the thing. They're going to go to Sandy Alcantara, potentially. That's the rumors that the Yankees want Sandy Alcantara. But is he, like, the Yankees aren't known for making pitchers great again. If Alcantara went to the Astros, then that's a different story. See, Alcantara would go to the Astros and, like, somehow win a Cy Young. But if he goes to the Yankees, you got to go to the Yankees ready to pitch. You can't go to the Yankees. Look at what happened to Luis Severino. Comes up through the Yankees system. I'm trying to make sure Marley's not eating anything. Luis Severino goes through the Yankees system. Looks great for like a couple years. Ends up being whatever. I know he won a Cy Young already. I'm saying he'll end up winning a Cy Young, a miracle this year. I know he won a Cy Young. That was years ago, before he got Tommy John surgery. I'm saying that Sandy Alcantara would go to the Astros and by some miracle end up winning a Cy Young. Hi, Marley. I know she wants the EAT. She's hungry. Alcantara, my point is that Sandy Alcantara cannot go to the Yankees and expect to be a Cy Young winner again. He just can't. The Yankees don't mold. Do you agree with me? The Yankees do not mold pitchers anymore. Unlike the Astros. The Astros, everyone goes there, and the Tampa Bay Rays, and they somehow end up being good. Some other thing, and sorry, I just got a text. There on one more tweet saying you have a free bet on Pikkit. All they have to do is, so what's the free? How does that work? I'm on air now and can promote. My Pikkit people are saying something. I don't know what the free bet is that she's talking about. Okay, anyway. So I'm a little confused and annoyed. Marley, you want to lay down? Lay down. She's not going to lay down in here. Tigers fixed their bullpen. That's their only weakness. And it wasn't even that weak. Tigers will be fine. You guys know that I'm obsessed with the Mariners, though. Like, I'm obsessed. I am so glad that Eugenio Suarez ended up going to the Seattle Mariners because now the Mariners are stacked. If the Mariners do not make a push for the ALCS, right, Marley? The Mariners should make a push they should at least go to the ALCS. At least. Those dogs should be barking. So ALCS, the Seattle Mariners, first of all, they're 16-1 to win the World Series right now. They're plus 750 to win the American League. The value could be on them at plus 310 to win the division as long as the Houston Astros don't get Dylan Cease. If the Astros don't get Dylan Cease, I would be okay with the Mariners to win the division. You could probably get a decent price. It'll probably drop back down to like plus 285, 3-1. We have to wait and see for the next 45 minutes if the Astros do in fact get another pitcher. Marley, I might have to pause the show again. But okay. According to Pikkit, I'm giving out a free bet on Pikkit, and you guys know that I'm sponsored by them. So all you have to do, download the app, use promo code PropQueen, and sync the sportsbook to see it. And if you do that, let's see. I don't know. I guess you get my free bet. You're going to get it here on the show anyway. I didn't really understand that promo. I'm going to give you guys a different promo. If you do, she's really not happy with me. It is so gross out here in New York. So she's really bored. Really bored. Go lay down. We have to finish the show. 45 minutes and then she could eat. The Red Sox are insane to me. I actually just had somebody ask me, have the Red Sox done anything today? And I'm like, all you guys did was get Steven Matz. And the American League East is open. The American League's open. But in the American League East, the Toronto Blue Jays leading the way by 4 games. Yankees are 4 games back, and the Red Sox 5 games back. Like, how are you not making a move? Like, you haven't even heard the Red Sox in the mix for anything. And I would love to know our guy Mark's thoughts on the Blue Jays getting Shane Bieber if Mark is in the chat. Because, to be honest, it's cool if it works, but it's a big if. He's already allowed 2 runs. I think it was 2 runs through 3 starts in rehab starts. They should have traded Duran. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me what's going on in Boston because you guys are in the mix. And right now, let's see, the Red Sox. Where are my stats? So the Boston Red Sox currently are 5th in OPS in the league, 7th in batting average. Pitching wise, the Red Sox are 10th overall in team ERA. The Red Sox, their starting rotation ranks 15th, and the Red Sox bullpen ranks 3rd. So, like, what are we doing? John Morosi said cease to the Astros is almost done. That would be crazy. Marley, he'll be ready for the playoffs. Do you even trust that Shane Bieber is good enough and ready? Oh, I'm just seeing the Mark Feinsand tweet now. The Astros are pushing hard to acquire Dylan Cease from the Padres. Cease was Houston's top target as of Wednesday night after trading for Correa and Jesus Sanchez. That is still the case. 45 minutes to get the deal done. If that happens, or if you guys think that's going to happen, right now, the Houston Astros, I mean, they already went to minus 220 to win their division, which it was like minus 185 yesterday. And the Astros are still 10-1 on FanDuel to win the World Series. You guys know that if they get Dylan Cease, the Astros are going back to the ALCS. It's just what's going to happen. Marley, she likes eating. There's this like foam soundboard that I have, and she likes to eat it. It's very bizarre. So I should have put it. I know, and it's funny that we haven't heard much about Keller. We haven't heard much about, well, Mitch Keller we haven't heard much about. Merrill Kelly we haven't heard much about. Zach Gallen. It seems like they all were off the block. Red Sox doing what they do best. Deadline, nothing. Yeah. Oh, now the Rangers are showing interest in Merrill Kelly. I mean, Marley's sitting under the table now. The Rangers are another one. So a few surprise teams that didn't do anything yet. The Red Sox, obviously. The Rangers, they're 5 games back, like the Mariners are, of the division. They have the same record as the Seattle Mariners. And you would think those two teams were like, oh good, she's letting down. You would think that those two teams would be ready to go. And they're just not. Like, what the Rangers have a great head coach, or excuse me, a great manager in Bruce Bochy. And there were also some rumblings about DeGrom and the Mets, which kind of died down. But the Rangers should be in it too. Like, it would be surprising. And I know they just acquired the left-hander, Danny Kalum, from the Twins. So that's good for their bullpen. The Rangers, DeGrom, Evaldi, Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker, and then maybe they go out and get a Merrill Kelly. That would be pretty good. I wouldn't mind that. The Rangers right now have the 4th best bullpen in baseball. Their starting rotation, the Rangers ranks number 1. So if you get another pitcher, that would be huge. Your bats, the Texas Rangers bats have been the issue. They rank 26th in batting average. OPS 26th. The bats have to heat up a bit in Texas, but their pitching's been great. And there's no reason that the Texas bats shouldn't heat up. I mean, you still have Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, Adolis Garcia's not going anywhere, Jock Peterson, Rowdy Tellez. I mean, it's not bad. So if their bats get hot at the right time and the Rangers pitching stays this good, or if not gets better, if they get one more, like a Merrill Kelly, the Rangers aren't so bad either if you want to take a shot at them. And again, all this, like, you could make the playoff odds right now. All the teams, of course, okay, the Texas Rangers are at plus 100 to make the playoffs. Mariners minus 205, which is crazy that they have the same record, and the Mariners are minus 205. Padres minus 480 now to make the playoffs. Astros, of course, they're insane. The Red Sox minus 230. I don't know. The Rangers, they could be sneaky. If those bats heat up the right time, pitching is just always number 1 to me. Like, the Astros didn't have that great of a hitting season when they won the World Series. They played small ball and did just enough, but their pitching, they limited everybody to 1 to 2 runs. So all they had to do was play small ball. And with Bruce Bochy, you actually have a legit manager who knows how to manage a team to not make mistakes, unlike the New York Yankees. The Yankees obviously just terrible. But okay, so winners, Mariners number 1 to me. Houston, we're going to see. Whatever happens to Dylan Cease, that depends on Houston and the Padres, number 1 and number 2 for me. Yankees, I don't care. I'm over them. So yeah, that would be my top 3. Top 3, Mariners, Padres, Mariners, Padres, and Astros right now are my top 3. What do you guys think in the chat? Everybody who, for trades. I think those are your top 3 winners for sure. The Mets still don't have pitching, which is why it's crazy to me that the Mets have the second shortest odds to win the World Series. That is absurd. That tells me that there is a ton of value in the National League outside of the Dodgers. Tom Vecchio always comes on the show, talks about how you could go and get those exact matchups for the ALCS or the NLCS. And if you want to do that, maybe you choose Mariners, Astros. Well, I don't know if that would work. Mariners, Astros, it might not work. In the National League, I like the Phillies still. I can't put money on the Padres. You guys know how I feel about the Padres. I like the Phillies. I think everyone's sleeping on them. I think people sleep on the Astros at 10-1. The Mariners are 16-1 to win the World Series. Sorry, I'm not high on the Blue Jays. but I love the Mariners. I do. But I think the best value on the Mariners at the moment might be to win the division, because they're going to be the Padres of the American League. That's what's coming. We're going to have the San Diego Padres of the American League, where on paper, this Seattle Mariners team looks like the best team in the American League. Who's better on paper? I'm not talking stats. I'm talking on paper. Who is better than the Mariners? Tell me. Tell me a team better than the Mariners and why right now. Because their starting rotation and their bullpen are absolute fire, and that lineup 1 through 7 is unreal. I don't want to face one player in that 1 through 7. But if the Mariners are in a wild card, or even if they will lose in a divisional round. Max, they will. Same thing with the Padres. Every year, you lose in the divisional round. It's going to be sad. But the Astros are always that team that finds a way every freaking year. Every year. They find a way to go to the Astro Invitational, the ALCS. I just don't trust the Mariners. So Astros 10-1 has value. You could get the Mariners to make maybe to win the division. Maybe the Mariners to, you can also do exact outcome of elimination. So maybe you get the Mariners to lose in the ALDS. Exactly. 100% they find a way to blow it. Every year they find a way to blow it. Mariners and Yankees going to see Astros or Detroit in the playoffs and get owned. I agree. Sean, I 100% agree with you. Marley, I 100% agree with you. The Yankees, ALDS, definitely they'll lose by. I wouldn't even be shocked if they lost in the wild card. The only thing keeping them going is if a Rodon and Fried have a great wild card series. But they're not going to have back-to-back because they're going to get lit up. Philly ain't doing enough. Listen, I understand. As a Phillies fan, you probably are disappointed. Not a big splash or anything. But I don't hate the Phillies overall. I haven't hated them. Marley's back. I thought you were going to go lay down. She really should have been created. But she's being a good girl. What would you have liked Philly to do more of? Curious your thoughts on Philly. Because their lineup was all returning. Let's take a look at Philly right now. I just think 10-1, or excuse me, plus 850. I like a 10-1 when I've got a whole second half to go. But let's see Philadelphia. So if you get Nola back, hypothetically, and you get Wheeler, Nola, Suarez. I know you guys don't like Nola, but Jesus Luzardo, Christopher Sanchez. Your starting rotation doesn't bother me. You got a closer in Duran. Your lineup, you still have a solid lineup if they all got hot. I want to see. Jamie, tell me what you think they should have done more of. What did you want? More bullpen arms? Because I know Romano hasn't been doing it. Maybe you guys wanted a deeper bullpen. Rangers close to a deal for Merrill Kelly, not going to Boston. I like that. I like that for the Rangers. I think there is no reason that if the Mariners are contenders right now the Texas Rangers acquiring Merrill Kelly. It's done. Jeff Passan just said it. There we go. Good job, Rangers. Way to go. Way to go, Texas Rangers. So now the Rangers are still at 32-1 on FanDuel to win the World Series. But the Rangers right now to make the playoffs are still at plus 100. They're sneaky, guys. We're talking about the Mariners. We're talking about the Astros. The AL West is the new AL East. It is good. Don't even be surprised. And looking at the wild card right now. Wow, the Yankees-Rays game's about to start again. That's hilarious. This thing's been in a delay for 3 hours. Damn, the Rays really want that win. So top trade targets still available. Joe Ryan, Dylan Cease, Mitch Keller, Sandy Alcantara, Justin Verlander, Luis Severino, Charlie Morton, and Zach Gallen are top trade targets for starting pitchers according to MLB Network still. Do you guys like the Rangers? I mean, we could use some infield help in Philly. Okay. Verlander should go to Detroit. It's I saw a tweet today that said Correa back to Houston. What was the other? Eugenio Suarez to Seattle. Like, we're flying back in time in this trade deadline. We are back in time. Let's take a little break from the trades. I'm going to talk some baseball props tonight. So my favorite pitcher prop of the night, Andrew Abbott, to go under 2.5 earned runs. So Abbott, he's gone under this in 9 of 10 home games this year and all 5 night games at home. 71% of lefties went under their earned run prop against Atlanta. This team just, it's done. It sucks. I don't trust Atlanta to score. Abbott at home has been great. So we should be looking at the under 2.5 earned runs for Abbott tonight. WNBA prop for tonight. I've got 2, but there's one I like more than the other. So the Mystics don't, Marley's staring at me. So the Mystics don't really allow a lot of rebounds. So we're going to be fading some boards today. First, we're going with Janelle Salone to go under 17.5 points in rebounds. She's gone under this in 67% of games on the road this year. The Mystics allow the second least rebounds per game, which is why we're going. And I was very, very, very nervous to say this name today. Temi Fagbenle to go under 5.5 rebounds. She's gone under this in 67% of games on the road, including 6 straight, with the Mystics allowing the second least rebounds per game and her grabbing 7 boards on May 21st against them. You know how I work. If it happened in game 1 and shouldn't have, then it probably won't happen a second game in a row. So we're going under 5.5 rebounds for Fagbenle. And I spelled that wrong on here, so sorry. So those are my favorite plays. We've only got 3 games today through Major League Baseball and the WNBA. Those are my 3 plays for the 3 games tonight. Always taken under on WNBA. Hell yeah. I was actually on for 2 hours today on VSiN, believe it or not. I've been on Money Moves with Stormy Badantoni all week from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be on again tomorrow. So that ends my week. What other moves did I leave out, you guys, that the Fi play faded her last game and it cashed? Cool. So hopefully Dads and Dumbbells, we cashed that. But I actually like the under 5.5 boards for Fagbenle more just because it hit in the first game. So, you know, I like to zigzag like Joseph Rodriguez said. They ain't win before with Suarez. Who are you talking about? Oh, Seattle? That was a different team. I'm very glad. I forgot to mention this. So in the PropQueen.com newsletter, I'm going to pet her. In the PropQueen.com newsletter this morning, I gave out Marcus Stroman under 15.5 outs. The game got delayed after the 5th inning. And there's no way Stroman's coming back in. So we cashed the under 15.5 outs on Marcus Stroman this afternoon because they went into the rain delay. Hell yeah, we did. Right? Yeah, Marley. She wants to EAT. She always knows after the show she gets to EAT. But she's usually in the crate, so she doesn't beg like this. So now she's begging. I'm hungry too, to be honest. I had a very light lunch because 12 to 2 for a show, not ideal timing on VSiN today because you're like, it's too early to really eat lunch, but then by 2 o'clock it's too late. Yeah, it's annoying. Where are you getting a rocker? Who said rocker 3.5? Oh, Metrocon did. Prize Picks. Yeah, right now, Kumar Rocker. What did I have him at earlier today? I saw him at 4.5 over -144 earlier today. The Seattle Mariners have been very annoying against right-handers this year when it comes to strikeouts. So the Mariners are averaging 4.7 strikeouts a game against righties. And in the last few games since the All-Star break, here, I'll show you guys on the screen. Share screen, AL props. So here's the MLB prop spreadsheet that you could get on the PropQueen.com. Premium subscribers get access to it. Hi, Marley. Do you want to see the strikeout prop spreadsheet? You want to see the spreadsheet? Guys, isn't she so cute? You're so cute. She's looking at me like, I don't really care. Okay. So these are the right-handers on this side. That's a bunch of strikeouts. Hunter Brown had 7, Woodruff had 5, Mizrowski had 7, Priester had 6, Soriano 5, Hendricks 3, Severino 6 against Seattle. It's a decent amount. So if you, this is always not zoomed in enough. Can you guys see that? Okay, now you can see better. So those are the right-handers. So these are the last, this is since the All-Star break, the matchups against Seattle. So for a 4.5, I mean, most of these guys went 5. Also, the Chicago Cubs are getting a utility man, Willie Castro, from the Minnesota Twins. The Twins are just, hey, let's remember the time that the Minnesota Twins were the favorites to win the Central again. Do we forget that? The Twins were favored. Talk about a huge swing and miss by the books. The Twins were favored again to win the Central. Like, what a joke. And I know, what? Marley loves peanut butter. Loves. But I don't give her people food. Merrill Kelly to the Rangers. Oh, I said the word food. That's annoying. Sorry. Sit down. Sit. Yeah, Merrill Kelly to the Rangers. I like that move for them. But yeah, let's talk about the freaking book and how bad they screwed that up. The Twins to be favored to win the division. We're talking about the Tigers that I got at like 3-1 to win that division. I think more, like plus 350. And them and the Royals were like 3-1, if not more. Angels to acquire Oswald Peraza. Oh, that's interesting. Not that I really care, but I mean, good for that fits well. He can't field, so I guess that works out to go to the Angels. He was sent down to the minors, so whatever. Yeah, if you guys see anything else happen, I'm trying to keep track, but did the Padres trade Suarez yet? No. I thought the Guardians were favorite. They were selling house. No, it was the Twins. The Twins were the favorites to win the Central, and I never understood it. They weren't high on the Guardians. It was Twins, Royals, Tigers. Crazy. So I've got the Tigers. I said it on the show to start the season. I only did the Tigers, though. Truthfully, I liked both. But I ended up going with the Tigers to win the division because everyone loved the Royals. So yeah, the moves that so the Yankees and Mets are interesting because they're just going to bolster their bullpen, I guess. I haven't heard anything recently about Sandy Alcantara, which is crazy if he doesn't get moved. I'll be shocked if Sandy Alcantara doesn't get moved. What else is Miami? What's Miami looking for in return for Alcantara at this point? Let's be honest here, chat. She only did because I convinced her. No, you didn't, Sean. I make my own decisions. I'm a big girl. Tigers need a bat, J-Main said. I wouldn't mind the Tigers getting one more bat, but who else is available, really? I feel like all the big names are gone. Thank you. You got Spencer Torkelson, Gleyber Torres, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, Javi Baez. Yeah, I could see the Tigers could have used another bat, but I don't know who else they would get. I only saw the pitchers that are still available. IKF to Detroit, whatever. Oh yes, Stephen Kwan is a name that we haven't heard. We've got 26 minutes left, and Stephen Kwan's name has completely dropped off. Stephen Kwan's name, I feel, has dropped off. I haven't heard much about Alcantara. I know that the Marlins were looking for some big names for Alcantara. The Yankees were not willing to give it up. 25 minutes left, guys, for the trade deadline. Yeah, it's just crazy. And again, for anyone just tuning in, I don't know what the hell the Red Sox are doing. Clearly nothing. The Guardians clearly don't care. Royals don't care. Twins are sellers. O's are sellers. That's the American League. Cubs, I don't know what they're doing either. They needed another pitcher. They really didn't get anyone except Michael Soroka. Phillies, I think they were pretty much set, and they got a closer. I know that you guys in the chat want another bat. Padres, again, what's going on with Dylan Cease? Yeah, it seems like Duran's off the table. Shawn Michaels saying Red Sox close to getting Joe Ryan. See, that would be something decent. I wouldn't mind that for the Red Sox. I don't think that Jarren Duran's on the table Okay, so my take on the Padres. I don't think the Yankees are getting Kwan. The Yankees need a right-hander. My take on the Padres is I don't understand them because if you're getting ready to deal Dylan Cease, even though you get a great closer in Mason Miller and a lefty in JP Sears, and you go and get O'Hearn and Laureano, what are you doing if you don't have starting pitching? That's what I don't understand. Like, what are you doing if you don't have starting pitching? Yu Darvish is like what you got. Nick Pivetta, JP Sears, that's not a World Series winning rotation. So that's my thoughts on the Padres. I'm just confused. And I get it, AJ Preller loves to make the big splash and get the big names, but I'm confused. Also, if you guys have any questions about tonight's slate of games, 2 baseball games, 1 WNBA game, I'm trying to keep us going until 6 p.m. So if you guys have any questions on any bets for tonight, let me know. So right now, MLB Network showing the Red Sox rotations: Crochet, Bayo, Buehler, and Giolito. So if you got Joe Ryan, that's not bad. The Red Sox are top 10 in pretty much every category. They're 5 games out of the AL East. If the bats get hot, you get Bregman back. Okay. Red Sox are really very in it. I'm sorry to say this about Mark's Blue Jays. Your pitching's overachieving. It's been great. And trust me, last year, I had a future on the Blue Jays. Last year, I said the Blue Jays to win the American League was live. And every year they disappoint me, just like the San Diego Padres. But you're pitching with Gausman, Scherzer, Barrios, Bassett. On paper, it looks like it should be great. But you can't trust Scherzer. And Gausman, Barrios, and Bassett, their ERAs between like a 2.8 and a 4 is amazing. But it's overachieving. Their expected ERA is much higher than that. Oh, sorry, Hall of Fame game. Yes, Hall of Fame game tonight. I totally forgot. Thank you. I did talk about it. I like the under. I like the first half under. I like the under, though, in the game. The unders are very profitable in the Hall of Fame game, 12 of the last 16. But in the last 4 years, the over's been hitting. Oh, EC Money, you don't know. Hold on. Let me get to the Hall of Fame game real quick. Hall of Fame game. Most of these go under except recently. Trey Lance is going to be starting for the Chargers. The Lions, I think, I actually just saw this earlier. Who'd they say? Did I get rid of this? Hold on. Hall of Fame game. So, where was I? Yeah, 12 of the last 16 have gone under. Only 4 teams have scored 20-plus points in the Hall of Fame game since 2014. The last 3 Hall of Fame games finished with 37 or more combined points. The home teams won the last 4 Hall of Fame games. But here's the thing. So, I know people were saying that they like the Chargers because of Trey Lance. I know people like the over because you've got, Kyle Allen and Hendon Hooker and Trey Lance, who are all experienced quarterbacks. But there's a reason these guys fouled in the NFL. And the reason that they're not starting, because they suck. They suck. We're due for an under. It's going to be boring and slow. Any of you guys going to watch more than a minute of this? Are you really going to watch the whole thing? Under. Just take the under. Yeah, Kyle Allen. So yeah, that's my play. I feel like people, let me see what DraftKings has for the tickets right now. I wonder if they posted it or if John Ewing did for BetMGM for the tickets on what's been the most bet. Let's see, NFL. Does DraftKings have it? No, nothing for NFL yet. Let me see if my mail has it. MLB games most bet on. Don't care. Oh, God. Andrew Abbott under 2.5 earned runs, the most bet on prop today at BetMGM. Shoot me in the face. Great. NASCAR. I don't see the most bet on stuff. Let me see if John Ewing has it. Marley, stop eating the box. John Ewing was very quiet today. I just want to see. We fade the public, the All-Star game. We fade the public. He just has the most bet on teams today. Oh, he's on vacation. Okay, Hall of Fame game data. Here we go. So right now, according to BetMGM, majority of bets and money are on the over. 70% of bets, 76% of handle on the over. 66% of bets, 64% of money is on the Lions, -1.5. Majority of bets are on the Chargers money line, but majority of the money is on the Lions money line. So if you want to fade the public, I'd say the best way to do that is taking either the Chargers +1.5 or taking the under. And I'm taking the under. I like the under in the Hall of Fame game. I think these quarterbacks suck. I think it's going to be slow and boring. Just like Marley feels the show is going. So yeah, we are fading the public. You've got a Murray and Hampton at 12.5 rushing yards. Chargers first half money line. That's what Stormy liked today. She liked the Chargers first half money line. Yes, I saw the Cubs got Willie Castro, great utility guy. Lions have a new OC. So what, you think he's going to like try to prove himself in the Hall of Fame game? Maybe. Nah. Okay, Sean's got the over. Shake hands on it. Let's see. I'm going under. 12 of the last 16 I've gone under. Except for the last 3 or 4. So I'm going to say that we're due for an under, and we're going to fade the public who's all on the over. Red Sox reportedly making late effort for Joe Ryan. Okay, so the question was, going back to baseball, why do the Padres piss me off? So the Padres piss me off because the last 2 seasons I have been betting on the Padres to win the National League and to win the division and upset the Dodgers. And every year they disappoint me. And every year they should be great. Every year on paper, their lineup is lethal. Every year their starting rotation's great. Every year their bullpen's the best in the league. And every year they lose in the divisional round. So that's why the Padres piss me off. Merrill Kelly cost the Rangers their number 5 prospect, number 3. Listen, whatever. Honestly, I wish the Yankees gave up prospects. Aside for Aaron Judge, if they gave up all their prospects, they probably still would be in the same place, if not better. Red Sox just got Joe Ryan. Oh, did that actually just happen? Sorry, trying to keep track of all of it. I'm watching MLB Network right now. I just saw that they're making a late push for him. I didn't see that it actually happened yet. Where'd you see it, Matt Reichel? Yeah, thank you. It hasn't happened yet. I'm telling the American League is wide open this year. So there's no reason for no teams like who are within 5 games of their division to not go for it all. I also can't believe the Yankees and Rays game started. Like, watch the Yankees lose. Be wild. Now I'm torn. No, I'm going to keep this on until the 6 o'clock deadline. I keep MLB Network on, and then I'll switch to the Yankees. Okay, so today's bets. Hall of Fame game under. Because I know you guys said it's been on the rise. I know Shawn Michael said he took over 31.5 this morning. It's now 33.5. We're going to take the under on a rising total that's probably too high. Andrew Abbott under 2.5 earned runs is apparently the most bet on prop at BetMGM. So I'm going to just go shoot myself. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. The Royals are acquiring left-hander Bailey Falter from the Pirates. That's so weird. That's like such a random trade. So random. Falter's been okay, but like that's random as hell. And then Temi Fagbenle under 5.5 rebounds was the other prop that I really did like today too. I don't know why the Royals are buying. I'm confused. It doesn't make any sense. The Astros aren't done. They hope to add a reliever, Pete Fairbanks, among the relievers that they're looking at. Well done. No, like, what does that mean? We didn't even know if they got Cease yet. I don't mind that for them to go get Pete Fairbanks. I like Pete Fairbanks. But are you getting Dylan Cease or nah? Because that changes a lot for me. It changes a lot for me. Angels to get eligible product from the Yankees. Okay, we know that. I feel like we're slowing down, and we need like a big bang. Like we need a big finisher at the end. A big bang to end this thing. Where's Dylan Cease going? I'm not surprised that Gallen didn't go anywhere. Like he's been sucking. And why give up so much capital for him? He sucks. And he's an ace, but he sucks. So no surprise there on Gallen. But I'll be surprised if Alcantara's not dealt. Cease has a bobblehead giveaway coming up next month. He ain't getting traded. I don't think the Astros want to give up what they probably want for Cease. Because if you're the Padres and you give up Cease again, like, what the hell else do you have outside of Framber Valdez and Hunter Brown? Some of these things, like, I don't understand the Royals getting Bailey Falter. I really don't understand that one. Oh, this is... Wow, this guy, Mike Rodriguez, says... Because he tweeted out before that the Mets were closing in on Adolis Garcia. And Mike Rodriguez said if someone hacked his account and he wants to apologize. He was enjoying the day with his family, and information came out about a change involving Garcia that was poorly written on my X account. I apologize to everyone who follows my work and knows the seriousness I put into this report. Sometimes I wonder if he just got bad info and now he's saying that it was a mistake. Also in NBA news, Shams just tweeted because, he was upset that he's not getting attention. Shams tweeted that the Knicks forward Mikal Bridges has agreed to a 4-year, $150 million contract extension with the franchise. Shams was like, I need attention today. Angel Reese and Haley Van Leith out tomorrow for the Sky. Fade the Sky. What are the Knicks doing? I don't know. Bailey Falter may be under control for the coming years. Like, why do you want Bailey Falter, though? He's not that good. Sometimes we hit over 3.5K props on Bailey Falter, which is cool. But, like, he's not a great pitcher. Marley, she's eating the chair. She's a hungry girl. Hungry girl. Marley, we have 13 minutes until the trade deadline is done. We have to stay on air. We have to. Marlins won't trade Sandy, Shawn Michaels says. I think they wanted, oh, there we go. Craig Mish just tweeted it out. The Miami Marlins will not be trading Sandy Alcantara. He'll once again be the ace down the stretch for the Marlins, keep pushing the season and developing for the future. I actually feel bad for Sandy Alcantara. I do. I feel bad for him. If he went to Houston, for example, I think would be back to being a good pitcher. But he's in Miami, where clearly the system's not working for him. And his career is not going to be what it could have been. I know he had Tommy John, but oh, wait. The Boston Red Sox are acquiring Dustin May from the Dodgers. That's interesting. That's very interesting. He hasn't been doing that great this year, Dustin May. But I'm shocked the Dodgers are dealing a pitcher with the state Ohtani's clearly in right now. So Dustin May, 4.85 ERA. Mostly because on the road he's got a 7.09 ERA. 3 at home. Pitches bad in the day. I know there were some teams that were looking at him, like the Yankees thought about Dustin May. The Padres are acquiring Nestor Cortez from the Brewers. Ooh, no, I'm blurry. Wow. I forgot about Nasty Nestor. That's an interesting one, too. Interesting. So the Padres acquiring Nestor Cortez, so they get a lefty. So they get a pitcher. That's good. But he's had an elbow injury. He's been on the 60-day AL, so that's like a Shane Bieber situation where they hope he comes back in time for the playoffs. Dustin May, very interesting for the Red Sox. It gets you a little more depth in that rotation. But as for the Dodgers right now, the Dodgers have got Yamamoto, Ohtani, Glasnow, Kershaw. I guess that was dispensable, but if Ohtani doesn't throw, I don't know. Weird. I don't think Red Sox fans are going to be happy with the Dustin May edition. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for a number 2 or a number 3 even. Dustin May is a 4 or 5. That's not putting a dent in anything. Nestor Cortez could be interesting if he comes back. But him and Shane Bieber, it's we don't really see this so often that you get starting pitchers that are on the 60-day IL who may or may not return this season. You don't normally see this happen at the trade deadline. We got 2 of them this year. Low, obviously, like, low risk, high reward. Sorry, Red Sox fans. This is weird. Brandon Lockridge goes from the Padres to the Brewers for Cortez. Torpedo Bat Nestor. May is still better than Walker Ferris Bueller. I don't know, but they're reunited now, those two. The Red Sox are just getting all the Dodgers scraps. Sorry, Red Sox fans. That's painful. Like, you should really be disappointed in yourself. The Yankees definitely won the division for the trade deadline, but that division, it's not going to surprise me if anyone who comes out of that division to the playoffs loses by the divisional round. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm watching the game now with Caballero getting traded across the dugout. That's the second across the dugout trade we've had this week. The players just turning their heads like, wait, what? This is really funny to watch. He's like, yeah, I just got traded to the Yankees. What's a fun parlay for the small MLB slate? Okay, so let's look at props.cash. I'm just laughing. The Yankees get shortstop Jose Caballero from the Tampa Bay Rays going across the dugout, just like it happened. What was it? The Blue Jays Orioles game? Okay, so let's look at props.cash. So Major League Baseball tonight. Some of the props that are most likely to hit. So let's look in the Atlanta-Cincinnati game. I like to look at 0.1. I like to look at 1.0 of a difference. So Abbott close on hits allowed under. Earned run is why I like Abbott under. It's minus 1.1 difference. So that's why I like his under 2.5 earned runs. Hits, not much there. You can't really parlay, I don't think, these props. Let's see in these games today. Most likely to get a hit, Matt Olson, 0.7 chance percent, minus 185. Corey Seager, second most likely on the night slate to get a hit tonight, according to props.cash. J-Rod for Seattle. Honestly, if I'm looking at a team, maybe I'm looking at Seattle and Texas to want to hit tonight. Like, you've got 2 teams that clearly showed that they want to win today. So I would be looking at the Rangers and the Mariners to try to put up some runs because, like, you got to look a little inspired. Reds getting Miguel Andujar. Taylor Rogers, who was acquired by the Pirates in the Brian Hayes deal yesterday, is being traded to the Cubs. It's getting crazy, guys. Crazy. You like Jock Peterson under a half a hit. Here, I'll also show you this from, I'll tell you about the MLB packet today. So some matchups to watch in the MLB today. So Marcus Semien is hitting 125 against George Kirby. I'll take this off. Marcus Semien is hitting 125, 3 for 24 with a double and a home run against George Kirby. Here, I'll show you. Let me stop sharing. I'll put this on the board. Make sure you don't really see my email. Okay, I think that's safe to show. You guys see that? Okay, so these are the matchups to watch for today. Marcus Semien hitting 125, 3 for 24 against George Kirby. Corey Seager, 0 for 13 against George Kirby in his career. Adolis Garcia hitting 300, 6 for 20 with a double and a home run against George Kirby. Ezekiel Duran hitting 538, 7 for 13 with a double against George Kirby. And then the rest is the Yankees-Rays game, which already is underway. So you could definitely be looking at those. Some other things in these games. Marley, enough already, honey. Enough. I know you're hungry. Phil Matone is going to the Texas Rangers reliever, so they're bolstering their bullpen. Let's see. Andrew Abbott's 3-0 with a 1.99 ERA and 8 starts since his last loss back on June 4th against the Brewers. Abbott has thrown 5 scoreless innings against Atlanta on May 6th in his only prior outing to them. Atlanta is just hitting 292 Atlanta's 7-17 in July, tied with the Rays for the worst mark in the month. The Braves plays Ronald Acuna Jr. on the IL on Wednesday. Yeah, it looks like Marcell Ozuna and Rafael Iglesias are not being dealt today. Rays to get Adrian Hauser. Carlos Carrasco making his Braves debut after being acquired from the Yankees on Monday in exchange for cash. It's Carrasco's 4th club he's pitched for. Carrasco hasn't pitched at the major league level since a relief outing on May 4th with the Yanks. He had a 5.91 ERA across 8 games. He was DFA'd, sent to the minors. So if I'm you guys and you want to look for something, you could look to some Reds props because we all know Cookie Carrasco sucks. And then the Rangers-Mariners game, I'm just looking at these 2 bats to get hot because you've got 2 teams that are clearly buying, and that's exciting. The White Sox also will not be trading Luis Robert Jr. So some other things to look at for today in the late game tonight between the Rangers and the Mariners. Big series there. Suarez helps the Mariners. MLB worst 616 OPS since the All-Star break. Seattle's averaging just over 3 runs a game in that span. The Rangers lead MLB with a plus 60 run differential in July. Their 16-8 record this month trails only the Red Sox, Brewers, and Blue Jays. Texas 2.98 ERA this month trails the Marlins and the Red Sox. The Rangers have scored just under 6 runs per game this month, second most to Mark's Blue Jays. In the past decade, the Rangers have finished a month with a run differential this good just once. It was April of 2023, their championship run. Corey Seager owns a .452 on-base percentage with 24 runs scored during a 29-game on-base streak. If he reaches safely on Thursday, he'll match the longest streak of his career. Seager would become the first Ranger to collect multiple 30-game on-base streaks since Mark Teixeira in 2006. Kumar Rocker followed up the best start of his big league career by allowing 3 runs to Atlanta on Saturday. Rocker's 1-4 with a 9.91 ERA and 7 road starts this year. Kirby's 7-0 with a 1.15 ERA and 9 career starts against the Rangers. The last pitcher to win his first 8 career decisions versus Texas was Barry Zito. Marcus Semien is hitting 125 with a homer against Kirby. So I guess you could look to Corey Seager, but he's over 13 against George Kirby, which is very sad. Again, according to props.cash, gosh, stop sharing. My computer is bugging out right now. Stop sharing. Now my computer doesn't want to listen. That's not good. Okay, my computer froze. Not great. Anyway, so again, under on Abbott. My computer's broken, so I can't even show you any graphics right now. Not great. Under on Abbott under 2.5 earned runs. I'm gonna tell them that my Pikkit free bet is gonna happen tomorrow because there's only one play for today. It doesn't make any sense to do it. They should trade Volpe. Calabaro is a good shortstop. Yeah, Volpe's stinking. Thanks, Casbra93. Appreciate you. I still didn't get your Twitch info. I don't know where you sent that to. Luis Robert will not be traded. Astros still interested in Cease, but it is now about to be 6 o'clock. So what's happening? Marley, stop it. What's happening? It's about to be 6 o'clock. I don't know. Volpe done in New York. Yeah, I mean, they needed an upgraded shortstop. Very bad. 10 seconds left. So I guess we're going to, you know, it always happens. So we find out like later on that like there's something that happened underneath. Tiger's getting Cease. What? Where are you looking at that? No. Okay. Anyway. Right now, my winner of the trade deadline, the Seattle Mariners, obviously. And then the Padres are tied right now. Padres are tied right now with Houston. So we will see. And I hope you guys enjoy the bets. Remember, Fagbenlele under 5.5 rebounds, Andrew Abbott under 2.5 earned runs, and the under in the Hall of Fame game. Good luck to all your bets tonight, everybody. Tomorrow, we're going to have mid-major Matt, and hopefully Dream is feeling better. So Dream's supposed to come on tomorrow to talk some WNBA. Enjoy the football. Happy somewhat football season with the Hall of Fame game tonight. You'll all probably watch for 1 minute and then decide that you're going to find out that you don't want to watch it anymore, and you're just going to see if your bet hits in the morning. Marley's staring at me to feed her. So I'm going to go feed her. Good luck to your bets tonight. Hasta mañana.